G'day, it's Chris here again. Just wanted to go through a different type of rig that we use offshore for when we're using baits and that type of thing, especially big baits. I know when we go up north we use fresh bait a lot, and this is the type of rig that we use that we found that's very successful, and just want to show you guys. First up, type of hooks that we're using, or now using, is they're a deep V hook. They're a mustard hook. They're a funny looking thing, they're probably like that. Offset eye on the hook as well. And this one's a 6.0 anyway. So, and now the hooks that we're using, the leader that we use, it's always this leader. It's a fluorocarbon leader. It's Triumph Super Shock leader. This is the 40 pound, but probably usually use a 60 pound. I've just got a couple of different sizes, and fairly expensive, but it's worthwhile. Alright, to start our Snell rig, first quickly go through on how to do it. There's the hook, the leader. Just put the line straight through the eye of the hook, pinch it with your finger on the shank of the hook. Just wrap the line around the shank of the hook 6 times. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just pinch it with your finger, it's still there, just to hold it so it doesn't unwind on the hook. Get the end of the leader and put it straight through the back of the eye of the hook. And that is it. And that's the first hook. Then the second part, which is a little bit different from what other people do maybe, but is we use Lumo tube. We use a fair bit of this stuff. We like using it everywhere. So you buy it in coils, I think about 1.5 meters long, and it's worth it. You have to get the 3mm stuff. The 3mm I think you buy from BCF or anywhere like that. There's a reason behind that, and I'll show you in a second. So you just cut it to whatever length you want, distance between your hooks when you're snelling. So I roughly like doing about that long, but it's probably about 60mm long, 70mm long. So all you do is feed that down the leader, all the way down. Now the reason why we use 3mm is that we can get this Lumo over the eye of the hook. Now this holds it there in place, holds the Lumo there in place. So you just work it on. Like so. And that will stay there. As you can probably see, it's gone straight over. And that does two things. That protects your line where it comes out around your hook there, through the eye of your hook, and also it protects the line between your two hooks. So we can use this all day up north, and usually you'd have to replace your rig because the line in between your two hooks gets damaged a lot from just rubbing on the side of the body of the fish, or from teeth from fish or whatever. By having that bit of tubing there, protects that line, and it should stay perfect all day. So the next part of the rig, you put the next hook on. Again, you go to the back side, through the back side of the hook, just pull it all the way through, down to where your other rig is. Now you just adjust that to suit so that you can wrap the line around the hook again to make your snell. So I'll leave about that much distance. You just wrap it around 6 times, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pinch it with your finger again so it doesn't spring off, and through the back side of the hook again. Pull it through, and that is it. So that's part of the rig. There's your 2 hooks. That's the distance you want them apart. You can make it whatever distance you want. You can put as many hooks as you like on there. It's that easy. So if you're using a pilchard or a bigger piece of mullet or whatever, you can add 3 hooks. So put that hook a little bit closer, and then put your next hooks up from that, and then you've got a good chance of hooking up again. Then you cut a little bit more Lumo, about 70mm long again, 60mm long. There it is there. slide that onto your leader, slide all the way down, do the same thing again. Now you'll just work it onto the eye of the hook. So you just work it back and forwards. With the smaller stuff, the 2mm stuff, 1mm stuff, you can't do this because it's too hard, and like the material is too hard to do this. It won't stretch, and it moves around otherwise if you don't do this. If you want, you can push it right down over the knot you just did too, but we just don't do that. And that is your rig. That won't move anywhere whenever you're getting fish. It stays there permanently, doesn't seem to move. It protects your line from the top of the hook here, and also great for attracting fish. Absolutely unreal. So you just hold that up to, if you're fishing at night, just hold it to the light and give it a bit of light, then a couple of seconds, and then let it go down. It's a big attractant, especially with big baits. You got the Snell or the big bait with a bit of lumo like that, and it just attracts them so well. Now what you do on top of that is just get a good ball bearing swivel. We crimp this. We always use crimps from like 40 pound above, and just make it nice and short. So I'll probably put that about there. So that's about as long as you need it, because the longer you get, the longer this lead is going to be, the difficulty is to be able to float these down, because you're going to get the bait going down like this, and it swirls around as it's going down, and it's going to catch onto you. The bigger this is, the more it's going to catch onto your line and then get caught up with the rest of your line when it's going down, and that's when you have major problems. Keep it nice and short, and we found you get a lot better, a lot less tangles anyway for floating baits down. And there's no need to have a huge trace on it. So that's the rig. Very effective. Give it a go. And always remember, got to jerk and wind.